Hold up. Did Remy Ma just completely expose Papoose for totally exaggerating his alleged behind-the-scenes music input all over a single top 5 debate? Oh yes, this messy throwback video is absolutely shattering the internet world right now.
Oh, album every month? Boy, so you left that thing on the garbage. That serious? Dead ass. Wow. Crazy. I'm sure you're retiring after this, right? So I can't take no more of this shit. This shit was nuts. It was really nuts. But no, we don't even discuss music.
Okay.
We do not discuss music. I explain it to people all the time. This started before we was even married. We was I don't even think we was dating yet. We was just like friends, but we knew we liked each other. We was just friends. And he asked me one day and he goes, "Who's your top 5?" So I'm thinking it's a regular, innocent rap question. I didn't know my life was hanging on the line. So I'm like, my top 5 changes, which I think makes perfect sense because when I was in high school and I liked Jada and DMX and Jay-Z, I didn't know Lil Wayne was gonna exist.
Today we are dragging Remy Ma and her allegedly helpful husband Papoose directly into the messy gossip spotlight. Huge props to the Talk Lounge channel for literally unearthing an ancient Drink Champs video that currently has everybody furiously whispering online. This wild footage truly matters because Papoose famously loves claiming he practically orchestrated Remy Ma's entire legendary rap career, boldly taking credit for secret ghostwriting and major studio creative genius. Shockingly, a hilarious dating story Remy casually dropped on camera definitively proves those inflated savior rumors are absolutely nothing but pure, unfiltered, highly embarrassing fiction.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about J. Cole. I didn't know about a lot of people that my shit changes over time. So I tell him my top 5. I don't even know who it was then. He just lets me say, and he's listening like, and then when I finish, he looks at me and goes, "Pun has to be rolling over in his grave." I was like, what? First of all, you don't even know. But matter of fact, we're not talking about music no more. Like, I was highly offended. I wanted to fight. First of all, you already know Bronx people and Brooklyn people don't even really with each other like that. Yeah. So it was just like
your marriage is a miracle.
Like,
it's a straight miracle. Yes,
very much so. Like, I was just like, we just not gonna talk about it. Like, especially then I realized like he puts himself in his own top 5. Well, I'm not even talking to him. Like, he was different. So why? Like, this conversation is going nowhere. So we don't talk music at all, period.
What's also getting people talking is that some critics have made similar observations regarding Pap's connections to Claressa Shields. According to those opinions, he has been linked to major business opportunities, including discussions surrounding an $8 million deal and relationships within the boxing world. Some people believe he takes on a larger role in these stories, while others see things differently. As for Claressa Shields, she appears to have her own perspective and has publicly suggested that she doesn't fully know what Pap's role is with Win Records. That alone has sparked even more debate online. Now, let's get into exactly what Remy Ma said on Drink Champs, because this clip is definitely turning heads, and I've got a reaction to it. Today, we're talking about Remy Ma, and we're also taking a look at her husband Papoose, because a resurfaced Drink Champs clip has people raising their eyebrows and asking a lot of questions. First, shout out to the Talk Lounge for bringing attention to this clip. The reason it's getting so much attention is because it offers an interesting perspective on claims that Papoose played a major role behind the scenes in Remy Ma's rap career. Over the years, there's been plenty of discussion about his level of involvement in her creative journey. However, based on a conversation Remy Ma shared about the time they were dating, some viewers believe it suggests he may not have been as connected to her artistic process as many assumed. At the same time, critics have pointed to similar conversations involving Claressa Shields. Some people believe Papoose often gets linked to major opportunities, including talks surrounding an $8 million deal and relationships within the boxing industry. Those claims have sparked debate, with different sides viewing his contributions in very different ways. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields appears to have her own outlook on the situation and has publicly suggested that she isn't fully sure what Papoose's role is with Win Records. That's another detail that has kept people talking online. Now, let's get into exactly what Remy Ma said during Drink Champs, because this clip definitely has people buzzing, and I've got a reaction to share. So, Right away, Remy Ma seems to be showing that she and Papoose weren't exactly on the same page when it came to music. That's one of the reasons this clip has people questioning just how involved he really was in her creative process. If their views on music were that different, it's easy to see why some people are challenging the narrative surrounding those ghostwriting claims. But this next part is where the absolute insanity truly elevates. Feast your ears on this ridiculousness and judge for yourself. This exact second is literally fracturing the internet simply because Papoose displayed some wildly delusional, unearned confidence regarding his rap status. Shocked viewers are completely losing their minds that he actually dared rank himself among hip-hop's elite top 5 ever, especially since that legendary list exclusively belongs to genuine, multi-platinum cultural icons. That massive audacity is precisely why this chaotic throwback continues trending endlessly. And before his defensive stands desperately mention Busta Rhymes' iconic Touch It remix, legendary rap fans loudly counter that the historic masterpiece was already a platinum-level smash way before his verse happened. That major reality check always destroys the ongoing argument whenever critics dissect his actual, overhyped contribution to that massive anthem success. Another hilarious highlight is Remy Ma's visibly exhausted reaction throughout the awkward interview. Even way back then, she looked utterly dumbfounded by Papoose's bizarre professional choices. She threw major shade regarding his local mixtape grind, and her mocking commentary provided everyone a messy window into their real relationship energy. Examining it today, those shady reactions hit completely differently. The internet is also ruthlessly dragging Papoose's overall musical legacy and his current microscopic relevance. A few blind loyalists claim mainstream media completely robbed his underground genius, while realistic critics counter that his overhyped career flopped spectacularly compared to his massive ego. Clearly, the public consensus remains hilariously brutal. Remy Ma additionally dragged his childhood roots by mocking the legendary differences between New York boroughs, injecting pure comedy into the heated debate. While every single resident has local pride, that specific territorial read completely annihilated his street credibility. What's incredibly funny is how desperately Papoose tried overanalyzing Remy Ma's casual words. Whether he was deeply insecure, aggressively competitive, or taking a lighthearted debate way too personally, he birthed a legendary cringe fest that internet historians are relentlessly mocking decades later. Did you messy people notice that fascinating hidden detail? Papoose literally initiated the entire top 5 trap conversation with Remy Ma first. Yet the exact millisecond her personal answers didn't feed his massive ego, he immediately threw a passive-aggressive tantrum. That toxic behavior has viewers reevaluating this entire marriage dynamic. Like for instance, when Big Pun's legendary name dropped, messy viewers knew Papoose was locked and loaded to argue regardless of Remy Ma's actual stance. If she omitted a legend, he complained. If she praised them, petty commentators believe he had another bitter rebuttal locked in his chamber. That specific control freak energy is exactly why the internet is still ruthlessly dissecting this dynamic today. Countless culture critics have loudly argued that Papoose possesses an insufferable habit of aggressively policing conversations, utilizing this specific footage as prime evidence. Hindsight being 2020, former fans openly admit they preferred him remaining completely silent in the background because they liked his mysterious street persona way better than hearing his actual hot takes. The second these dusty media archives started trending again, the public rapidly developed much harsher perspectives regarding his true character. That sudden clarity explains why skeptical fans heavily question those inflated rumors about his phantom involvement in Remy Ma's iconic discography. They inspect these awkward power struggles and question whether his manufactured industry reputation ever matched his actual behind-the-scenes reality. Obviously, it's all speculation, but it remains a permanent fixture of urban culture commentary. And here is the absolute funniest part of this train wreck. While debating all-time greatness, Papoose genuinely possessed the unmitigated gall to insert his own catalog into that legendary tier. The collective side-eye from the room spoke absolute volumes. For most internet users, it instantly triggered hilarious flashbacks to iconic Dave Chappelle skits mocking the completely unearned delusions of grandeur common among hip-hop egos. It perfectly mirrored those golden television eras where people screamed, "Hold on, did he seriously just say that?" I choke rappers. That legendary punchline remains an elite meme to this very second. The Making the Band parody from Chappelle's show is permanently etched as one of the greatest comedic moments ever, specifically because those exaggerated caricatures perfectly capture reality. Each segment grew progressively more unhinged, making the mockery absolute perfection. That comedic parallel is precisely why spectators find this cringe exchange so deeply fascinating. Papoose consistently markets himself as a rap titan, yet realistic hip-hop heads heavily question the actual footprint of his actual catalog. For example, critics still laugh about that era where he flooded the streets with endless monthly mixtapes, asking one devastating question. Does single record actually make a dent in the Billboard charts? That exact debate rages endlessly whenever his overhyped legacy gets dragged across social media platforms. What really screams toxic behavior is how aggressively he policed Remy Ma's personal list. Back then, they hadn't even tied the knot yet, meaning this entire awkward interrogation revolved around something that should have been completely harmless and drama-free: her literal individual taste. That is the absolute core issue here. When anyone asks for your personal top 5 rappers, elite athletes, or favorite global entertainers, your response is naturally going to stem directly from your own unique lifestyle memories and nostalgic preferences. That's exactly where these internet flame wars get totally unhinged. Delusional stans love pretending there is only one factual ranking, completely forgetting how basic human opinions actually function. Every single fan calculates musical greatness entirely differently. One critic might obsess exclusively over complex lyrical bar structures, while another listener values commercial radio hits, industry blueprint influence, decades of career longevity, street storytelling, magnetic stage presence, or overall urban cultural impact. There are literally infinite metrics used to dissect an artist's catalog. Biological age and generational gaps also exert a massive influence over these passionate debates. A hip-hop head who matured during the golden era is guaranteed to possess a vastly distinct lineup compared to Gen Z kid who discovered rap through modern streaming trends. That's totally standard. Culture resonates with people differently depending on exactly when they witnessed it and which specific trailblazers molded their sonic palette. And let's be totally honest, hip-hop is constantly transforming. Fresh talent arrives, sonic landscapes shift, and artist trajectories fluctuate wildly. The moment multi-platinum megastars infiltrate the industry and monopolize the media, they naturally shatter everyone's existing rankings, forcing traditionalists to rewrite outdated lists. That's precisely why these exhausting top 5 arguments remain permanently unresolved. They continuously morph as the entire landscape aggressively advances. The moment Kendrick Lamar entered the arena and completely monopolized the critical discourse, it perfectly illustrated how rapidly musical hierarchies rewrite themselves when a generational icon reshapes the cultural framework. The exact elite tier you worshipped years ago could look completely unrecognizable by today's standards. What truly triggered massive online outrage in this viral footage was how Papoose weaponized a lighthearted chat into a full-blown toxic debate. Sickened viewers noted that instead of gracefully respecting Remy Ma's individual favorites, he desperately hunted for micro-openings to undermine her knowledge and aggressively hijack her selections. That uncomfortable reality check is exactly why the specific interaction stays circulating in the gossip ecosystem. According to seasoned hip-hop commentators, this behavior highlights an insufferable psychological pattern they have witnessed for years. The reigning theory is that Papoose baitingly fishes for your thoughts, only to instantly launch into a condescending cross-examination, microanalyzing your choices like an aggressive prosecutor. Whether that a fair assessment or complete internet slander, it is undeniably the exact negative reputation he has cultivated over his career. What made this embarrassing power struggle even more fascinating was how drastically the spotlight shifted. While Remy Ma was casually celebrating her favorite childhood legends, Papoose possessed the shameless audacity to insert his own mid-tier catalog directly into the conversation. For a tiny minority, it looked like an admirable display of unwavering self-worth, but the vast majority of onlookers recognized it as pure, unfiltered narcissistic ego. Either way, the internet ruthlessly clocked the entire awkward interaction. That exact tension is fueling a massive wave of toxic comment section drama today. Brutal critics are pointing out that while supreme confidence is cute, His delusional self-praise completely contradicts his lack of gold plaques, especially when compared to the multi-platinum icons who actually earn spots on legendary lists. A few delusional stan, however, are desperately defending him, claiming they respect his unbothered energy regardless of his non-existent chart success. The public feedback is pure, unadulterated chaos. The real reason this ancient archive is trending so heavily is because it exposes the highly toxic relationship blueprint between Remy Ma and Papoose long before their wedding vows. Looking backward, exhausted spectators feel this petty interrogation exposed a massive, deep-rooted incompatibility regarding how they communicate about basic industry topics. To regular fans, it sounds like an insufferable domestic trap designed to spark a screaming match every single time music gets mentioned. That uncomfortable reality check is why the entire clip exploded when it hit the Talk Lounge platform. A completely standard debate about hip-hop legends accidentally stripped away their polished PR veneer, revealing a messy dynamic of how these two aggressively clash behind closed doors. No wonder messy commentators are still obsessively dissecting this train wreck decades later. The general consensus is that Papoose is deeply addicted to transforming peaceful, everyday conversations into hostile courtroom arguments. From the audience's perspective, a perfectly innocent question about favorite artists got completely hijacked and blown into an unnecessarily stressful, toxic ego trip. That exact irritation is why this footage remains locked in the internet's trending matrix. Let's remember, Remy Ma was simply voicing her personal subjective list, her own memories, and her logical parameters for greatness. Everyone evaluates hip-hop entirely differently. Some care about pen game, while others worship cultural footprint, stadium tours, commercial hits, or legacy longevity. There is zero factual consensus in art. That is precisely why modern hip-hop heads find his aggressive pushback so deeply weird and unnecessary. But the absolute craziest plot twist was waiting just around the corner. After completely undermining Remy Ma's personal choices, Papoose unironically tried to crown himself as a rap god right next to their legends. The sheer audacity instantly broke the internet. Petty critics are calling it clinical delusion, while a few remaining apologists are trying to spin it as elite marketing. Regardless of how you slice it, that cringy moment became the permanent centerpiece of the entire viral video. Now, the internet is aggressively utilizing this throwback to re-examine the structural integrity of their entire marriage. Hindsight being 2020, spectators can hear the sheer exhaustion in Remy Ma's voice as she tolerates his controlling personality traits, while others pretend it's just a playful marital debate being overanalyzed by modern TikTok. Either way, the messy footage gave the commentary community endless content to feast on. His unearned bravado throughout the interview completely captivated the timeline, which is exactly why this archival footage refuses to die. Decades later, the culture is still loudly debating the real psychological red flags hiding inside their private relationship dynamic. Now, I need you messy people to spam the comment section right now. Is the internet completely overanalyzing a harmless couple's chat? Or did Remy Ma accidentally expose a massive behind-the-scenes control issue? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video everywhere so we can keep dragging this drama. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a single spicy drop.